Hello there my friends, the editor here, welcoming you again to this week's King of Limbo, and once again I am responsible for the editing portions of this podcast. Today is the first joint King and Queen of Limbo featuring AIno Hi Senshi and Rosie Sievers. Joining us will be myself, Quill Stroke, and my girlfriend, Crimson Glow. So feel free to subscribe to any of our channels as you watch this. Also, don't forget to check out Fandom Frenzy for the latest How Not to Brony episodes. Having said that, let's begin.
How many people we got here anyways?
Okay, OBS is up. We've got me, Crimson, Aino, Rosie, and you. So we've got 5 at the moment.
Hey, except we can't start the recording just yet because I'm about to have to get up and go take care of my aunt's dog real quick.
The minute I turned my game off. Fantastic.
God damn it, Aino.
Hell. Well, I mean,
I've been waiting mostly for you.
Oh, no. Look, I understand it. Wait, what?
I was waiting for you to get back.
No, we were waiting for Quill.
Yeah, I was ready, and you're like, oh...
Yeah, true. We're still waiting for Quill to get back. My bad.
Well, I mean, technically we could go now, but then freaking Aino's like, yeah, I gotta go do this thing. How long is that gonna take?
It shouldn't take too long. I just need to wear him out for a little bit, which will only take a couple of minutes.
So, like, how long's a couple of minutes?
5 minutes, 2 minutes, 27 minutes, 75 minutes. How long?
A couple of minutes, like 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay, that's cool. That's all. But yeah, I can totally do that. Shit. So I don't need any of the talk about the dog.
No. I mean it. This is content. Let's just talk about the dog for 5 minutes.
If this were a beloved symbol of the freaking fandom, I mean, sure. I don't think there is any dog in the fandom that has that kind of opulence.
I was gonna say,
No,
we're just getting over the cat. So what the fuck are we gonna do with the dog?
I don't want any of that in.
Yep.
You know what? I'm gonna go get alcohol. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna need Prozac after this. Yeah, go on, just say whatever you want. It's more work for me to do.
Oh, welcome to my world, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
Go save an unedited version. We'll just throw that up on VidMe. This is editor's middle finger version. We officially stopped giving a shit.
Okay.
Oh my god, my job is a nightmare.
I'm really sorry, editor.
You don't need
You
to be...
can just feel the pain that is going through Joe's head right now.
No, the main pain that is going through my head right now is I have to sit listening to through this again.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh man.
Yeah, the first time you did it, I made sure I was like, I'm going to timestamp it now just to make sure if he got cute and decided to let anything through.
Hey, at least he's not talking about how he gave Josh Scorcher diabetes.
Yes.
All I remember is we went to go get the soda, and then the pizza was all gone, and I was like, oh, this is gay.
How did you get the Firebrand, the diabetes?
No, don't get him started. Don't get him started.
She asked it, I'm gonna say it.
No.
Okay, so
God damn it.
we were waiting.
Sorry.
We were waiting outside the TF2 panel with a large amount of people. It was me, Secret, Twist, Watchful, blah, 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 a load of people. And loads of people start walking round. Toon starts walking past, Silver Quill walks past, we'll saying hello. Josh Scorcher walks by and somehow he knows Crimson. And he goes up and says, I know you from somewhere, right? And we've kind of pointed it down saying that he knew her from some editing work that's like a project that didn't take off, and he remembers that, and he's like, "Oh, okay,
oh, wow.
so that's good," and he recognizes me somehow. So it was like, "Okay, we've never met before, but you recognize me, okay?" So and then we start talking. He's like, "You're not from around here, are you? I can tell by your accent," and it's like. Oh, yeah, no, I come from the UK. And he was like, wow, that's a long way to come. He said, yeah, so I'm there just giving Crimson a bit of a hug. And he said, yeah, I came all this way just so I can be with her. And he puts his hands to his mouth, like that shock thing that you see where people just hold their eyes and open eyes. He just goes, oh, that's adorable.
It's so cool and funny. Oh.
Fuck it, I guess Quill doesn't have to be here. We already got enough people. Shit.
Alright then.
I'm assuming everyone's already seen the thumbnail.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Oh. Well, fuck it. You're recording, right?
Yes.
We're gonna do your reaction, I suppose.
Oh god.
How about you, Crimson? Have you seen the thumbnail?
No, I have not. Let's see it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is definitely a keeper.
Jesus Christ.
That's not what I asked for, but just for the record. I'm not angry, Bon. Just saying.
What the hell?
Hello.
What it was supposed to get was it was supposed to be like AIno posing and like, you know, freaking Rosie like trying to cover up with the towel. And then I saw that. And yeah, and I was like, that's not what I asked for. You want me to change it? Don't you dare. Don't you change your goddamn thing.
Low.
As long as I get to blame you for this, I'm gonna be just fine.
I remember you showing me the progress to this, and also when it was finished. It's so funny and cute at the same time. And I go, I was about to say, now I know how Golden feels when from the last two pictures.
You know what? On that note, Crimson, would you be offended if I rule 63 your boyfriend in one of these pictures?
Excuse me, have you not seen how I draw my boyfriend?
Let me do the intro here, and we'll get to the questions anyways. This is FNGR, welcoming you to Limbo Pod. Oh, there we go.
Are you kidding me?
No, that works fine. No, we can start off now anyways. This is, I already did that part. Well, joined by the following co-hosts, Quill Stroke.
Hello.
The editor, who thankfully will be doing all the work for me on this one.
You poor sorry son of a bitch.
Please help me, I'm a slave.
I wish I had enough time to say something ignorant. Crimson Glow.
I need an adult.
I am an adult.
And this week's joint king and queen of Limbo, take your pick who's who, Rosie Sievers and Postscript.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Solid.
And I give kisses to my sweetheart. Mwah.
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 Aww.
Yay!
Alright, so getting back to what we were actually on point here. If it's not too much, or it's not too out of line here, what's the original love story between one of the longest running relationships in the Brony fandom between the two of you?
Well, it all started in 2014, and AIno was supposed to go to Nightmare Nightcon, but unfortunately he had problems with his car, and then it was about a day after when I log on to my Skype, and I saw this message from AIno, and he said he couldn't hide it any longer, so he had to come out and say it. That he really liked me because in all the other calls that we were in at the time, he's saying it was lovely to hear my laugh because it's a wonderful sound to him, and also my voice, and he really wanted to get to know me a little bit more, and the more special I become, the more special I become in his eyes.
Aww.
The more I get to know her, the more special she is.
That was really beautiful.
I swear to God that she has, like, saved that paragraph and framed it somewhere in her.
She's either saved it
Yeah,
I saved it on my laptop.
or memorized it.
Well, that's,
Yeah, I saved it on my laptop.
I've long since lost it, that's why.
that was very prophetic and beautiful. Now that we've got that out of the way, Ed Crimson, you're up. You have something equally as beautiful to make your girlfriend happy right now, right, Ed?
No, not really. Not really. If anything, this would be so embarrassing.
I have chocolates.
Okay, we'll move on.
No, okay. If ever we do this for me and Crim, I'll explain it then. But this is their time.
In addition to bumping into Rosie, when you inevitably make, or I'm assuming either. Here, I'll ask AIno first. If you make your way to Britain, what other things are you looking forward to when you're out there, besides obviously seeing Rosie?
Oh, yes, definitely seeing Rosie, meeting her, face to face. Her mom and dad are fucking amazing, by the way. I want to be able to meet them face to face. They're gonna get hugs, and Rosie's gonna get hugs, and I'm gonna be able to see Scarborough, which is where she's from, and I'm hoping to be able to see her sister, and especially meet her nephew, who is growing up so fast. But my mother, actually, she may be moving this direction, but my baby sister is actually to be wed, so she's going to be being married over there soon to her current fiance. So that's another individual I'm hoping to see while I'm over in England. I've been over there a couple different times before, so really visiting England for me at this point is just to see family and, of course, Rosie and those who are close to her. And seeing her, the museums that she will soon be running, because it just is going to take... It's going to just take time for them to realize how amazing and awesome she is before they hand over the keys and say, "This place is yours to command now."
That was very prophetic. Conversely, Rosie, assuming if you ever have to head out this way instead for whatever reason, besides bumping into AIno, are there any sites in the States that you want to see?
Well, when I eventually go over to the States, for holiday purposes, but not actually living over there because of my strong family ties here in the UK. But my ultimate dream of actually going to the US is to go to Brony Con for the first time, and also want to meet AIno's family as well, because the other day he showed pictures of his dad, his grandpa, and his little brother and his nephew as well to my mum and I, and my mum told my dad tonight about
the reason I was showing her pictures of my family is to show her like the evolution of our family's nose. Because our family's nose evolves over the course of age, and you can see it in our generational gap from my nephew to my little brother to my dad to my grandfather. Okay. And we had a picture with all four of them sitting in the same photo.
I want to see now a commissioned picture of your OC with the nose from the dad from Where the Wildlings Are.
Oh dear.
Considering my grandfather, that nose is not too far off.
As well as meeting AIno's family, I also want to achieve my dream of going to Brony Con, and also maybe some of the other cons in the US, like Pacific Pony Con and Everfree Northwest. So that's what I'm looking forward to if I visit the States.
So, okay, well, obviously, this will be different from from person to person here. What was your favorite and least favorite episodes for season 7?
Oh boy, I think this is one of the best seasons MOP has ever had so far. Like, there hasn't been any really bad episodes, but for my top 3 for now, I would have to say The Perfect Pair, Discordant Harmony, and A Royal Problem.
Of what you've seen so far, I know, assuming you have seen anything.
You asshole.
What? I put that list in the room 2 to 3 hours ago to give you the time to go skim.
I am several episodes behind. I apologize about that. No. But yes, I have seen Perfect Pair. Perfect Pair is a beautiful piece. I wish it was an episode that they had done before. I don't really have least favorite episodes, though. Except for one in particular that just disturbs me for other reasons, but that's from way, way, way back. The Secret of My Excess.
Oh, right. Oh, it's been a while. Terribly bad. Oh,
which one was that again?
That was the one where Rarity is a complete awful person.
Gonna have to be more specific.
Every episode, right?
Oh, Jesus!
I don't know. Season 7 has been such a blur for me. There's so many different episodes and a lot of different changes that they've done. It's just kind of all blurred together, and there's it's hard to tell seasons 6 and 7 apart for me.
Okay. What's
so you brought up the least favorite episode from past seasons. My all-time least favorite episode is Rainbow Falls, because that was just complete mess.
Oh yeah.
Most people hate that one just because they don't like how the
Wonder Balls were portrayed.
And it's just a general consensus.
Yeah. So, again, this will be different. I'll start with you, Aino. I'm sure you've got one for this one. What's the most shocking thing that you've seen in Brony? What was your biggest culture shock getting into the whole fandom?
Anything... Well, saying the equivalent of Brony in comparison to Sailor Bob.
All
I
right.
mean, if you can imagine Rarity or Fluttershy, but instead that kind of character's design on big, fat, burly, bearded men.
No, I've heard that before.
There was one of those at Brony Con.
I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
I wasn't looking.
Dressed up as Big Mac Princess.
So, Rosie, what would you say was the biggest surprise that the fandom had to offer to you when you joined?
I don't know really. There's kind of been lots of surprises, both the good and the bad. But
It doesn't have to be bad. It just has to be like, oh, well, that's a thing.
I think the good surprise to me to come out when I joined the fandom was Lightning Bliss' Stomp on the Ground. Like, she really put a lot of creative effort into making that project from the first animatic to the finished product that was shown at Brony Con. And I have to give her all the credit for all the hard work that she's put in. And Blissy?
That was an amazing video, yes.
So Blissy, if you're watching this, keep up the amazing work, girl.
This is Anthony's videos. Are you kidding? She probably doesn't watch any of this.
I'll have you know she watches my other series, I know.
Uh-oh.
But to give context what I meant by that, for example, and this is kind of a bad example, the Trotting Dead. You know, like all the different variations, or I guess, this is one I got from Aino's video, Doctor and Assistant. Like, when you saw these things, you're like, oh, I'm surprised that there's much. Yeah, okay.
Doctor and Assistant is an amazing series. As far as I know, they're still trying to go on with the series.
The last one.
I only saw the first episode.
What?
Wait,
you didn't even
You
finish all
must
the anime?
go listen. It is an amazing audio series. You have to go listen to it now.
No, hold it. Crimson, did you at least see all the 3 of the animations?
Oh, yes, you have to at least see the 3 animations.
They
Oh.
are amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, these
Did
3
you
of them
not
are-
see the one with the joke about the egalitarian society? That's like the most cutting scene.
It's like, oh, dear goodness, I didn't expect you to know that word.
What? We're here. Welcome to Ponyville.
That was so brutal.
Might have been a bit of spite in that tone. Must have said something wrong.
I would have gave up watching the show if that would have been the regular instead. I would have followed those characters straight to hell.
Oh, this place is deserted. Where is everyone?
You mean every? You know, that hadn't have bothered me if she hadn't had said everybody earlier in the series, in the episode though.
Oh yeah, didn't she say that in like first episode-ish?
She said everybody is going to be there, but she said that earlier, and then later on she says you mean every pony, and it's like you just said everybody yourself. And anyways.
Okay.
It's an amazing series, but there is a few writing.
Yeah. Besides Brony, what's the craziest fandom either of you have or know about?
For me, it's the anime fandom because I've been going to more conventions over here in the UK, especially sci-fi conventions, and I see loads and loads of really cool cosplays of different anime characters, and I also go to a local anime and manga society, where not only they have fans of anime, but they also have fans of MLP, Doctor Who, Star Trek, and everything in between. And the way that they surround the fandom of anime, from cosplays to art to original animations and other things.
You see why I love her so much.
It's really fun and cool to see. So for me, definitely be the anime fandom.
Is that the
All
one?
right.
Do you mean actually take a part of, or just happen to know about? 'Cause I have a different answer for our brother.
Know about.
That's my convention,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Go ahead with know about. I know.
Okay, I'm going to answer both of them. because taking part of probably the craziest fandom that I know of, or that I actually am a part of, is the Starverses fandom. That is nuts. I love the series, and
me too. It's one of my favorites.
It's great being able to see some of the music and the discussions, and it's just fun stuff. Now, if we're talking about stuff that I know about, this is where I get pissy, because I cannot stand the Homestuck fandom, and it's for the same reason. It's for the same reason that my cosplayer friend has a problem with them. It's because they have no respect during conventions towards anything or anyone. These are the assholes who will go to the conventions in full gray paint and jump into, if this is all water-based paints, and jump into the fucking hotel pool with these paints on, and it just contaminates the entire pool. It ruins everything for everybody, and they have no care or respect for anybody.
I have a video for you to check out later on. You ever check out the Internet Historian? AIno. The YouTuber's name is the Internet Historian. You'll want to check out Rainforest. It's a furry convention that went right in the garbage. You'll probably be amused.
Oh boy.
It's the Dash Con of the furry fandom, essentially. If you know anything about that either. I have a moment for you both to look glowy here. What's your happiest moment of 2017?
I think my happiest moment of 2017 was when AIno Hi introduced me to more anime series to watch. So like with Salem and Crystal, that began like since we first met, and also introducing me to ones that I haven't actually seen before, like Cardcaptor Sakura, Ruby, Lucky Star, Uzumanga Daioh, Strawberry Marshmallow, and of course Chibi Vampire Corinne. That's the main catchphrase, but
those were definitely
kind
words.
of like broadened my knowledge of it's kind of like broadened my knowledge of anime than I knew from previous times, and also expanded to collect figures and also the original mangas as well. So that kind of broadened my knowledge a lot. And I love it.
And you, AIno?
Well, this is actually a good question for me right now, because 2017 for me has actually had a lot of really bad stuff. We've seen several deaths in the family. We've seen a lot of really bad stuff. So probably the only good thing that's happened in my life is moving away from my hometown and away from kind of a dead life into living with my aunt and helping to take care of her, and then kind of starting my new life downstate.
You're in Oklahoma, right?
Yes, I'm still technically in Oklahoma, but I'm actually moved on from northwest Oklahoma to southeast Oklahoma. Unfortunately, I went from dry and arid to hot and humid. So it's like 90 degrees up there, and then 90 degrees down here don't feel the same way.
Here's one I don't expect to freaking... there's an addendum here for Rosie to give an easier answer. What's the most trouble you've been in? And for Rosie, what's the most trouble AIno's ever gotten you in? Since you're made out of sunshine and kittens.
Oh god.
To be honest, there hasn't been anything that's troubling that AIno's got me into, because I'm way too kind of innocent to do anything bad, and because I'm.
And she keeps away from the. She keeps away from the trouble. I'm the one that can't keep away or can't keep out of it.
This year, since we're gonna narrow it down, what's the most trouble you've been in? In the fandom.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Oh, okay, fine.
Otherwise, you can't keep track.
Okay, yeah, we'll skip it then.
It's all stuff that I've been trying to grow past.
Oh, no, I understand. I always find it funny when I ask that to somebody who's, like, super innocent. Oh, I never get in trouble, and it's even funnier when you ask it to someone you're like, I know you've been in trouble, but moving along.
I'm innocent. No, you're not.
Yeah. It's a somewhat difficult to find your channel. Have you ever considered rebranding it? Maybe, adding some name tags to the channel?
I would have no problem with that, but here's the issue. I would need a mentor on that one, because apparently I don't know how to tag. I would need somebody to help me learn how to tag better or tag more properly.
Did you at least add the podcast name to the channel tags?
Yes.
Okay, well, all right. I guess we'll let that go. But a while ago, you did a video where I think you lightly freaking made me look like a jackass. The LGBT community.
Lightly?
Lightly, yeah, lightly.
How did I make you look like the jackass?
We were like, oh, certain people have tried to, say that freaking Big Mac might have been transgendered. He is not. I was like, okay, thank you. Have you kept up with the Doctor Who series, since I know you mentioned that in that video? I've seen it update as early as 2016.
Both of them.
Oh, nice. Beautiful.
Both, but Doctor Who's An Assistant and Doctor Who's Adventures. There's actually a couple other audio series out there. Those are the two popular ones.
Oh, I'm gonna definitely need those links for the video when it goes up. Though.
Huge Doctor Who fan, or a huge Doctor Who's fan. So there's several different audio podcast, or there's different audio series that are out there on YouTube that you can find. There's several comic series that you can find on DeviantArt and probably a couple of other websites. I'm sure there's stuff that even I haven't found for Doctor Who's out there. But yeah, I am a Doctor Who's fan. So,
did you ever see? I think it's Discorded Hooves on Tumblr.
Yes, I know about it.
It takes they take forever to update. I did. Yeah.
I'm not to be on Tumblr unless it's like to be looking for either certain stuff, or I tried doing an Ask blog, but nobody took a fucking interest in her. So, but yeah, that was relatively my Tumblr life right there.
Point for both of you guys to put someone over. What artists do you guys like respectively in Brony?
For me, it would definitely be Keyframe, Lightning Bliss, and Hungry Soma, because they're all amazing artists and amazing friends.
Yes, Keyframe, Blissy, Hungry Soma, Moros, John Jusco.
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in forever. I've seen him
John
around.
Jusco. That sounds familiar.
Molestia.
Ah, right.
Yeah, there's another
Gamer Luna.
artist. Damn, I wish I could pronounce his name. He's a really, really good artist. He does a mix between safe for work and not safe for work, and kind of on the edge. So, Grey Cat Silvermane, definitely have to remember him.
I was going to start to say, I was like, I'm telling him when you don't mention it.
Yeah, I love Grey.
You have to remember Grey. Grey is awesome. He is an amazing artist. There is no lie about that one. We got Pixel Kitties.
Oh, yeah, Pixel's great.
And I just...
We got a couple of more. One.
Shut up, asshole. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
What is it?
Joeka.
That sounds vaguely familiar, believe it or not.
Joeka.
Got one here for Rosie, excluding your boyfriend, because we don't want that to make it too simple here. Who's your favorite collab partner, Rosie?
Well, I definitely enjoy my collabs with my fandom brother, the editor, because when I first met him in the podcast with Starlight Ginger Pony, when he asked me to do a collab with him on Hurricane Fluttershy, basically helps him get his reviewing started, and also the collab on Pinkie Pride, which was a pretty funny one as well.
Yeah, I have to say, out of all the videos that you and me have been working on, Rosie, that one is definitely my favourite out of all of them.
I enjoyed my collabs with Lightning Bliss, both on the topic of alicorns, and the second one that Aeon joined with us. That was a lot of fun to put together, and also and my third one has to be my Book to the Face with Brony Book on Top Bolt. That was a pretty good one as well.
Rosie, this is another question for you. You got a chance to work with Jeff. I mean, British Brony? British Ninja.
He will kill you for that.
Care to talk about the highs and lows?
Well, it was fun working with British Ninja on Flutter Brother. Although he didn't have much to say on the episode, but we pretty much got everything that we needed to say about it, and he also really helped me when it came to the video editing of putting it together, especially with in the opening scene where he goes, "Rosie, are you all right?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" And then Ninja says, "I thought I smelled burning," and then I go, "What? I don't smell any smoke." And oh wait, it's just the fan fictions of Fluttershy's parents burning up in flames. Oh, you're talking about the Fluttershy Brothers episode. So, so that was a pretty good collab to work with British Ninja, and I hope to work with him again someday. So.
Ninjas are here. Rosie, this is based on your DA journal. I pinched a couple of questions off of there for questions that you had for other people. What color lightsabers would you want? And you have a 3 max.
Okay. I got lots of favorite colors, but I'd definitely go for pink, white, and purple.
Oh, I was waiting to hear she was a Sith Lord. I can't tell it.
Really? A Sith Lord? Never!
That'd have been
Rosie's
amazing.
not got a single bit of edge to her.
It'd have been it's always the last one that you talk to. What's your favorite Disney character?
Well, my top 5 favorite Disney characters are Genie from Aladdin, Rapunzel and Flynn Rider from Tangled, Basil from The Grey Mouse Detective, and also Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde from Zootopia.
How about you?
Judy is awesome.
What's your favorite Disney character?
One of my heroes growing up, or I guess not really growing up because she came along later on in life, was Mulan, actually. Because she went straight against all of society, her parents, fucking everybody, and did exactly what she knew was right.
What's your least favorite Disney characters, respectively?
Oh, that one's actually really hard because there's a lot of really bad ones. Usually...
Would you put the snowman up there, or is he just too convenient?
Olaf.
Olaf. Yeah, he feels too convenient.
I actually kind of like Olaf. I thought Olaf was kind of funny, and mostly just because of the fact that he's like, his whole childhood innocence was what cracked me up.
I died when he's like, "Oh, bye guys," where he's about to die. That was so crazy.
My favorite scene for Olaf.
No, it got to a point where I forget exactly what he wound up saying.
Oh no, I've been impaled.
Yes, my favorite one.
Why is there no other
He's so casual about it.
Why is there no other snowmen in summer? See summer and all this kind of stuff, and it's just, of course, big dumbass turns to little princess and goes, "I'm gonna tell him." She smacks him and just goes, "Don't you dare!"
Oh, what?
He's just the Eric of Frozen.
I like that dumbass character. He was golden.
Although I haven't seen the live action version of this film yet, but I have to say the original version of LeFou from Beauty and the Beast, because I watched Elior's review of the recent version of Beauty and the Beast, and I'm gonna watch that soon. But I can definitely agree with him on the point that LeFou in the original was just Gaston's lackey. I mean, he was just there. I mean, waiting on hand and foot and trying to impress him, and had no redeeming qualities at all. So that was the one thing I didn't like about the original Beauty and the Beast movie.
I think the main reason for that character was they were trying to write a character in something along the lines of the original Peter Pan cartoons, Mr. Smee. But the problem is, Mr. Smee actually had characteristic, and Gaston's like, it's so bad because we can't even remember his fucking name. I don't even know if he was given a name. He was never. Nobody can even remember his fucking name.
Star Wars or Star Trek? Which do you prefer?
Both.
You can only have one.
Yes. So basically, I know.
Too bad, I'm picking both.
Yeah, basically, I know. Will you live long and prosper, or use the Force?
Both.
You have 7 movies that can come with you from either Star Wars or Star Trek.
Well, for me,
I will pick and choose, damn it.
Okay, but there's 7 of them. Who gets the majority then?
Do not add to this war that has gone on for centuries.
Yeah, no, I could tell you have a mom and dad that are on both sides of this. That's what my headcanon right now.
For me, it's Star Wars, definitely, because my family and I watched the whole original trilogy over 3 Saturdays, and because it's with Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, and the late Carrie Fisher, rest in peace. And I think it's probably one of the best franchises ever had. And I didn't even watch the prequels because I heard they got like a pretty bad reputation over that. Especially
I think honestly the worst of the reputation is just the fact that they focus so much on they focus so much on computer simulation rather than real life effects.
Okay, if you're there for a popcorn movie that you're not looking to endure and hold up the legacy of your childhood, you'll have an okay time. You're like, this is sci-fi, and there's some cool special effects, and if it hadn't been called Star Wars, it probably would have been a lot more fun.
Yeah. Anthony, who was that guy that you said when you were talking about? He was talking about the Star Wars movies, and he was comparing it to cheese. Who was it? What was his name?
Oh yeah, that was Razor Fist.
That's the guy. Yeah, I watched.
He said that the series was always cheesy, and he's like, well, that's because the original show was it Buck Rogers or
Flash Gordon?
Flash Gordon, my mistake. I'm terribly sorry. Sci-fi back in the day was really cheesy. Anyways, what fandom has the best merch?
I would say anime and MLP, because when the conventions I go to around here in the UK, they've got quite a lot of MLP and anime stuff, such as fan art, figures, and badges, and some other pretty good stuff. And I get like a pretty good collection of things. So anime and MLP, the best merchandise.
I'm going to assume that Aino's going to say Pokemon because he spent $65 on cards.
I can't decide. I mean, you would expect me to say Pokemon because I blow so much shit on it, but
well, I could
decide because there's a lot of quality merchandise and a lot of stuff. It just depends on who you find and what you're looking at.
Yeah. Well, I always think of merch as knickknacks that go up on a shelf. Cards there's something you use, sorta, kinda.
Yeah, cards are more reusable than merchandise.
Yeah, I could.
Good. I got a packet of the cloud cards and Card Captor Sakura, and I think I'm gonna use them for like cosplay purposes. If I dress up as Card Captor Sakura for future conventions.
She has the Sakura. She has the Sakura card set, which is fucking awesome.
Nice.
They're really cool.
My sister would want to try to buy those off you. Actually,
it's a chance. See if you can get her to show you them on camera because they're actually really nice.
What YouTube channel eats most of your time? I know. We'll do Rosie.
Videos, because it's just random videos. I mean,
do you go to that and then the related tags take you on a magical journey, and then before you know it, your day's over.
Yes.
I used to be able to do that.
Upon is either music or I listen to riddles because I like mind games or. So one of the things that I guess I might start on is because I like all this mind stuff.
How about you, Rosie? What's your favorite?
I still like school stuff.
Okay. Let's see. My favorite YouTube channels. Let's see. I got quite a few favorites here. From the Bronies, it's Keyframe, Golden Fox, Lightning Bliss, and the Editor.
I don't go to Golden Fox's channel anymore because I've got the videos that I watch of his downloaded onto my iPad.
and other YouTube channels. I watch the Roundtable and the Cartoon Universe because they do like. I really recommend you watching those channels because they do like reviews, fan theories, and other things of cartoons like Steven Universe, Starburst: The Force of Evil, OKKO Heroes, the recent season of Samurai Jack, and Milo Murphy's Law. They were pretty good channels if you want to get inspiration for doing cartoon reviews, which I'm hopefully going to start soon. I actually got like the first one put together. It's just about the matter of uploading it. So, yeah.
All right. Here's a question I'm surprised I haven't started asking till now. What character in Scooby-Doo would you most likely be?
I'll definitely be Velma because
I was so gonna say you would be Velma, sis.
So it's going to be that.
And also, one of previous Halloweens, I had my OC in an art request as Velma from Scooby Doo. I can't remember which artist I got the artwork from, so I think I'll try and find it.
Wait, was that the one where you were doing the Fluttershy back pony review thing?
Yeah, we were talking about Scaremaster. It was with Mandy Chan, Season the Wiccan, Rose Quartz, and Eagle Tail.
Right, I remember.
So that was the podcast that we did together where you had that OC design. So
do you have a favorite fan from your channel?
favorite fan?
Yeah,
someone you feel that, like, I want my fans to see how this person acts in the comments. Act like him.
Yeah, you act like you're number one supporter.
Yeah.
I haven't found a number one supporter as of yet, but I haven't found a number one fan as of yet, but I've got lots of people who really love my content. And I recently made friends on Skype, someone called Doodlebug, and she didn't recognize my OC design at first.
Oh, Doodle's awesome.
Hey, Doodle.
And then when I added her and we had a private chat, she instantly recognized my OC, and then she put, "Excuse me while I go out to the room." And then she had a fan squeal and then came back in, and she said, and she said, "I'm so sorry, I didn't even recognize your OC," and then she was super excited to meet me. And I said, "Well, it's okay. I'm always happy to meet new friends as well as fans." And so Doodlebug's kind of like my number one fan at this point. So one of my number one fans anyway.
Well, that's really
I spent a lot of time in other Skype chats, and Doodlebug is she's a blue mare with pink mane. Sound familiar?
She's a Pegasus.
So I call her my cotton candy sis, as an inside joke.
Now, I'm going to go start with AIno, since I think he probably knows this guy a little bit better. If you could get DWK to do another Fan of Bridge series, what would it be?
I would want him. I've been trying to think about this one actually since, because when I read the questions, I'm trying to remember. Okay, who the hell is DWK? So I asked the editor, and he said, "Oh, he does the
totally legit recaps."
He does the totally legit recaps." I'm sitting there going, "Oh, I would kill to see him do Steven Universe because that would be fucking hilarious."
Well, that would suck. I'd have to start watching it then. How about you, Rosie? Assuming you've watched DWK.
I haven't watched much of his content, but like someone has to show me what he actually does, and then I can record a suggestion.
Oh no, it's fine.
I could later on. I'll show you a couple of his videos. They're really funny.
Yeah, literally, his first one is like one of his best ones. The Flutter Brother one is a magical.
For either one of you two to go first, what would you say is possibly your favourite thing that happens in this fandom?
Oh, I have a few favourite things actually. First of all, it was the Nightmare Night 2014 project that Anthony C and Company did. That will always be my one of my favourite fan projects.
You mean the one-time events, or you mean like just constants?
So like a bit of both, really. So, let's see. I also like Golden Keyframes collab on Do Princess's Dream of Magic Sheep. Like that was a really well done review of that episode.
A literal year to make that.
And
yes.
Let's see. I also like the fan animations done by Disney Rider 2364 with Bride Discord and Daughter Discord, and Map Pie Pony on Pinky Tails and Princess Tracy Sparkle. So those are my favorite things that came out of this fandom.
Let's see. The several different things that I like as far as like content is concerned. To name by titles, I'd say the Friendship is Manly series because those things are funny as hell.
Yeah, they are. Which one's your favorite one, though?
My favorite actually is the very first one.
Same! Oh my god, when they're like, when it's just the sudden room.
It's just the Gummies just the Gummies birthday party one. But and then some of the other really fun ones are Kanashi Panda also did the Trouble in Canterlot one, or whatever it's called, the Changeling Assault and Canterlot one. A couple of them, and they did a couple of them. And those animations are absolutely fucking amazing. So Kanashi Panda's animations are really amazing. But really, some of the things that perplex me, though, are just like some of the things you expect to become a meme never do. And then some of the memes that come out of this fandom are completely fucking random. And it's just really funny to see what's going to be a meme and what's not. Or maybe that's just me.
Oh, I have one more. Oh, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Whatever it is, I didn't do it.
Which one of you is the cuter of the couple?
Rosie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you noticed she's not denying that?
Rosie is cute and bestest and most awesome and amazing, and I love her so much.
Do we have any more work for Ed then?
Aww. Well, now he has to make like a little. Now he has to actually draw a little cute picture of Aino and Rosie nuzzling.
No, I don't. I just have to show the really, really suggestive picture.
Yeah, indeed. It's sort of nuzzling.
Yes, we're nuzzling. Yes, Aino's kind of nuzzling Rosie with his hand.
Isn't that what you did to me the other night?
All right.
Good night, everybody.
I hate my new job.